The craft brewing industry remains wildly popular with no signs of slowing down, and in the next few weeks, you're going to have one more option to choose from in St. Cloud. After months of work and a lot of eager anticipation, the Pantown Brewing Company is almost ready to open their doors. Co-owner Marty Check says one of the first things that he and his business partner Noel Johnson did was meet with the owners of the other local breweries in the area.
We came up with this idea was to sit down with a couple of the other brewery owners in town and just have conversations with them. And everybody was really excited about another brewery coming to town, making St. Cloud a little bit more of a brewery destination for people to come and try more than one place. And really the best advice I got, or the one warning I got from everybody, was whatever you do, just don't make bad beer.
Check says they've been brewing beer for about a week now. Unfortunately, none were ready for me to sample just yet, but they will have 4 options for you when they first open.
Any kind of brewery right now, you have to have an IPA. So we wanted to have, a nice middle of the road IPAs. We're going to call that one 1917. We wanted to have a dark beer. I'm a stout beer lover. Nick also loves stout, dark beers. So we're going to have a milk stout. We're going to name that Drop Forge Milk Stout. And then our last beer, we wanted something a little bit malty, a little bit hoppy, kind of middle of the road. So we're going to come up with an amber. And that one we're going to name Flatiron Amber.
Check says they'll also offer cream ale. And he says they'd eventually like to add a sour beer to their tappers. He says they have the capacity to brew up to 80 barrels a month, but they won't be making that much beer to start with. Their head brewmaster is Nick Flies, who previously was working as an assistant brewmaster in the Twin Cities. The Pantown Brewing Company will have about 70 seats on their lower level, which includes a long bar for you to sit at, and there's also an upper level overlooking the brewery with another 30 seats up there. One cool feature in the brewery, Check says they've acquired the brewing equipment that was used by the former O'Hara Brothers Brew and Pub, which is the same equipment that they're going to use to make their beer.
O'Hara's was where I discovered craft beer. So being able to use that equipment to work in my own brewery is really exciting. I love that part.
They plan to open to the public after holding a couple of private events first. You're asked to watch their Facebook page for a specific opening date. The name Pantown, of course, comes from the Pan Motor Company, which produced cars here in St. Cloud from 1917 until 1921. The homes where the factory workers stayed are known as the Pan neighborhood. Check says they plan to have a large mural when you first walk into the brewery featuring the Pan cars and homes. Jim Maurice, WJON.